Hello there, and welcome to the 7,362nd episode of the Automatch Heavyweight Championship of the World. I'm AE, and as you can see, I've moved into my new house now, so thanks for bearing with me there, and I appreciate there's not been any casts in the last 2 weeks, but I'm eager to bring you one right now, and let's load in and see what we've got in store. Where I get my casting overlay sorted. There we go. That should be the ticket. And we're loading in, of course, with Jove versus Panzergrenadier and Greifen. So it's the Russian versus the man from China. We don't have PGA loading in with the new commander, but I believe Jove is going to use one for us today, which should be pretty exciting. Oh, there's a big version of me. There's another version. I'm going to get myself set up here. This is live on Twitch. And yeah, and there we go. That's Jove locking in with Strategic Reserves Doctrine. So exciting stuff. I urge you to read the patch notes that came out on Friday. A lot of things in my ear right now. I'm just going to let that linger on screen. Of course, the Assault Grenadiers are apparently running rampant in Company of Heroes once more. Jove is a tournament specialist. He's played in a lot of the big tournaments in years gone by. He hit his peak in 2016 in the ESL series. And there is a tournament later this month, of course, the 1v1 Elite Showdown. PGA on the west side, hailing, as I say, from China. He's a notorious Automatch specialist. This guy is a top player. He's playing as the USF, and this is Holodny Ferma, which is a fantastic map for the American faction. These rear echelons doing. Of course, they're putting, I like to call it the love nest barbed wire, because whenever he plays from west side, Holodny Ferma, that's his first action on the battlefield, is to put that barbed wire down. Yet to see if Stefan is going to sign up for the 1v1 Elite Showdown, but I can confirm that we have got an oversubscribed tournament at 16 spaces. Oh, this is aggressive from Jove. They're going to have to get the hell out of there, because hot German lead has been thrown down the range. Nigh on 1000 RPM, Hitler's buzzsaw in full effect as the newly buffed MP40s of the Assault Grenadiers dawn down upon their opponents. I do believe these guys are all about getting to Veterancy 2 now. Had a lot of buffs, but it spreads them around in their overall kind of Veterancy dynamic. I've been moving house the last 2 weeks. I haven't had a chance to read. Oh, there we go. There's the Aeco sprint. Straight into battle. They're all riflemen on the north pass, though. They're going to reposition. They lose one Soldaten in the squad. The MG42 is perfectly positioned. This is excellent by the Russian. Look at that. Muzzle flare. Suppression engaged. And the cutoff is now being neutralized. Good play by Jove. PJ's having to go south with those weakened rear echelons. Repositions there. Now the MG42 is going to traverse and target these riflemen. They're going to reposition with the Grenadiers helping out. They're going to take position in the cutoff. Good game so far. Ah, it's a Korean Smurf. It isn't PGA. Let's just validate that now. It may be... yes, I know exactly who this is. If it is indeed a Korean Smurf. Well, it says China, PFC. Yeah, it's a Korean guy, PFC, that plays as a PGA. So thanks for that in chat, Triple J, or Jibba Jabba Jobber. They kind of mock Panzergrenadier and Greifen, the Koreans do, and obviously it's probably a national rivalry going on there. But I have noticed that a lot of them... Oh, you can hear the ice cream van! Ice cream! Yay! I want to run out and get an ice cream. Damn it. You can hear my follower alerts as well engaging. Hopefully that's not too loud. So we've got the Korean PGA is amassing 3 riflemen to really bully out these Grenadiers. And you've got to do that when you've got a superior opponent, Jove, from the east side of Holodny Ferma, who's just taking your cutoff. He's brutalizing you. So amassing your units is often the best way to push out of a funnel there. Elsewhere in the centrum, it's like... Grenadiers are starting to push out there as well. In the south, these pioneers, wonder what they're thinking. Lay an S mine perhaps over here. No, they're going to take this point. Instead, nice upgrade on the captain. Engaged at exactly the right moment. Brownian automatic going to cause problems for these grenadiers. He should do well to get out of there, and indeed he will. Check out the amount of kills on the assault grenadiers. Only 2 so far. The riflemen are joining the fray. They're going to be going for Jove's cutoff as he yin-yans and goes for his opponents yet again. Exciting battle so far. This is the highest ranked competitors currently competing in Automatch. Of course, Jove is in training mode. I can confirm he is a successful sign-up for the 1 versus 1 Elite Showdown on the 29th and 30th of June this month. Rear echelons repositioning. Pioneers getting in there. It isn't there. MP40s that have been buffed, by the way. It's the assault Grens, if I read the patch notes correctly. Hope I did. Correct me if I'm wrong in the YouTube comments or the Twitch comments, if you like. It's only my first time reading the patch notes, I must admit. Moving house is a very, very busy experience, let's say, and that's pretty much an understatement. Further down here, what we've got capping up the map. That was some dodgy camera work, Matt. Very juddery. This desk is very well worn now. Positioning from the captain. We have the lieutenant joining the fray, so he is of course going for heavy cavalry. He's not even engaging the Pershing quite yet. He knows, well, his opponent of course knows he's going to be using it, especially when you see both the captain and the lieutenant. Oh, they're spinning! Did you see that super quick spinning there? That was incredible. They just 360'd whilst crawling. Never seen such mobility. PGA. The Korean PGA, the KPGA, is retreating these squads. Now he has the ambulance set up. Was that a trick of my eyes? Did anybody else see that? Oh god, these rear echelons are totally screwed. That's a horrendous retreat path through SDGs, through MP40s. Oh my. They're certainly dead. The covering fire off by these riflemen really isn't helping now. It may be the captain's turn to bite the dust. STGs were down to 3 men, crucially saving their lives. Oh, God. Hitler's henchmen with a hail of fire there. Or a hail, might I say. Full health riflemen going to take the garrison, and that's the only thing they can do with this elite Panzer Grenadier unit. Just mowing down Yanks. In base, of course, you'll now see that the Panzer Grenadiers are deployable from the headquarters building. Kampfgruppe. Setting up behind the van there, just ready for any of these squads to funnel through. Captain is packing lead though, and he's got the lieutenant as well, so the experienced officer class of the United States Forces. And they're getting their retreat path cut off. Body blocked. Couldn't quite stop them getting around the Stug. Nothing on the retreat path either. Oh, but in the north, Grenadier bites the dust. Good play from KPGA. You can tell it's the Korean, by the way, because he spelled Angreifen wrong. I should have noted that on the loading screen. So it's tit for tat play. Both players have lost a squad. Might be seeing another one. Need a successful body block here. He moves the rear echelons in, but couldn't quite get it off. It is a very temperamental tactic, of course. As is the... well, this isn't temperamental. This is very, very sturdy blobbing tactics. Do have the Rangers now out. Pushing away from 9 MP40s there. Also got the 222 coming out rather late. I wonder what his ambition is for that scout car. Oh, I don't know why my camera panned there. Do I have my script engaged? Yes, I do. That's much smoother if I use the spacebar. I'm going to put my feet up as well a little bit, I think. Chill out. Enjoy the festivities. This is what it's going to be like in 2.5 weeks' time. Or no, 2 weeks' time, isn't it? How does time work? Where are we at? Yeah, 2 weeks' time to the very date. We'll be watching the finals on this stream. Oh, what's happening here? Oh, the 222 is trying to push out, cause these rifleman issues. Navigates north on its travels. Captain cowers away. And the assault grenadiers may cut off its retreat path. This could be bad play from KPGA. Oh, I told you it could be, but the grenade was thrown. It was a trap. It was a feint, and he may have successfully ambushed him there. No, he couldn't quite get it off. In the meantime, MG42 is retaking its own cut-off position. Kolodny Firma is a confusing map, of course, because red is east and west, except for on the title cards on the bottom part of your screen. So I often get confused in the blue and red mess. But a good game so far. Kolodny Firma does often offer interesting games. I'm eager to see if the players want it in the tournament or not. May just add it back in if it's proving to be balanced and interesting to play. Ooh, hitting veterancy one on the Panzer Grenadiers. On Korean Panzer Grenadier and Griffin. Not on I. Pack 40's rolling onto the battlefield in good time. When it gets its ass finally there it is, slow as ever. Just check out this battle here as we've got the Rangers forcing their way in. Panzer Grenadiers forced away. Elsewhere, where's this fire? Ah, here we go. Really tell the difference between my gaming headset and this awful old Sony stereo cheap headset from Argos. Because I can't echolocate the gunfire as well. But I screwed the jack up on my very expensive headphones, which is always a bad moment. Stuart's in position. Got to be careful about that pack, of course. Pack is currently here, so way out of position. Needs to get round there, but the rear echelons have spotted it, allowing the Stuart free reign to hunt for the 222. Maybe pretending there's a telemine there. Does Panzer Grenadier Angreifen think that there is? Indeed, he does. He doesn't want to go around this territory because there's a phantom telemine that he's pretending is there. Oh no, maybe I was wrong on that one. 2 more shots and he's done for. However, the Pack 40 is in position. Oh, he gets the kill. Will the Stuart live to tell the tale? 1 more shot required. Will he get it off? Yes, he will. Out of control he goes. Let's check out the south where the MG42 is in all kinds of problems. See that the Panzer Grenadiers here are having their own attack. And let's take this moment to check out the overall stats. KD is roughly equitable. Units lost for the American. Of course, we've seen the rear echelon and a vehicle crew go down. That was Stuart there, which didn't have a very nice time on the battlefield. Do the relic shuffle over to Jove. We've had just the 1 Grenadier squad lost and the scout car, which I don't think I caught on camera. Oh no, I did. Of course I did. It was just now. Having to use the TAC map to locate where the battles are, which is really annoying. Oh, thanks for the bits there, Von Ivan. Hope your training is going well. Of course, this is being streamed live on Twitch if you're watching this on YouTube. And Von Ivan, one of the best players in our community, of course. Very excited about the tournament in 2 weeks' time. Newly announced today, the ranking period to capture the players' ranks will now end on Wednesday rather than next Sunday to give the players more time on the new patch to prove their ranks, which is cool. And in classic British, well, old English house style, the house is always really hot or really cold. Close the window. It's because the bricks are like nuclear war-resistant bricks. And, there we go. So as soon as I open the window, I get cold. As soon as I close the window, I get hot. There is no in-between. MG42 in an interesting position to use the church when there's so much hot action going on around. And, of course... Ooh, I tell you what, the Rangers are in a decent position there. They can, of course, throw the grenade. Oh! He detonated the cover. He destroyed the cover. That's so cool. That means he'll be able to repair tanks really well later on in the game now. That grenade did absolutely nothing to the MG42. That is just such RNG. If the game sound is quiet, I'm going to turn my mic down a little bit more. So just turn the volume of the Twitch stream up again. I was worried that would be the case. I didn't have time to test. Thanks for the feedback. Ooh, we've got Veterancy 2 on the Assault Grenadiers. I can't remember exactly what the stats were, but I think this gives them accuracy bonuses or something. Somebody could read the patch notes for me and tell me what Veterancy 2 gives. I remember thinking, ooh, that sounds good. Ah, here we go. LMG 42 in the house. That's going to be potent. Stop these Yanks from funneling back onto the battlefield. A good blob from KPGA, the Korean variant. Ooh, how did that headshot work? Surely he should have lived through that. I think that ricocheted through the building. Deep impact kind of thing. Full metal jacket. The name, Oh, what a bundle nade! No, so close, but he'll still be able to finish him off. Greyhound's thundering into position to save the day. It's the M20 rather, but still. That was should have been a squad wipe. Just the timing wasn't quite there, unfortunately. Oh, but the pack is quite there. Will we see an epic attack round at max range? You can see that... No, the zippiness of the M20 saved its life. I swear we got some good foraging going on to decap those positions. M20's roving around at max speed. Ah, the MG42 suppressing this lieutenant squad and pinning it indeed. We're in the north. Pioneer's going to elect to go for the cutoff yet again, but the Rangers are out on the range and waiting for them. Want to get within range of those bad boys. Two range-related puns any moments. Oh, heard a grenade. Where was that? I wish I could locate these things, but this headset sucked. Oh, it was there! I think. That's cool. That is so dead. Big squad wipe there in Jove's favour. The Russian is looking sharper. People have noted that since the Russian came back to CoH2, he hasn't exactly been at the high levels of his compatriots, such as Nagano. He's not been able to get up to tournament form fully. But, certainly starting to feel it now. That, by the way, was the off-map smoke barrage. And the M20 is going in full Von Ivan mode. Going straight for the Pack 40. Will he decrew it? Yes, he will. That is a big moment. The riflemen are also coming in, as are the officers, willing their soldiers into battle. But two LMGs watch on. The Pack 40 has been decrewed. Here come the elite German infantry. What a save. Will the Grenadier go down? One more shot, perhaps. And that's one dead Soldaten. Looks like he'll survive. And the LMGs have done some significant damage there. Oh, he got the kill! Finished the job. Nice work. So again, two squad wipes in 1 minute's time, in 1 minute of gameplay. And both players exchange fatalities. In the south, rifleman on a bit of a scouting mission to try and decap that fuel, perhaps. And we're waiting now to see what some of the teching choices may be. That was some cool gameplay, though. I did enjoy that. From all angles. Eager to see what if players want Club Inferno. I mean, I'm always hot and cold on it. 1 month I like it and think it's tournament worthy. The next I'm like, what the fuck is this? Here come the Pioneers. Again, we'll just show that support package. Destroy cover and satchel charge, etc. I wonder if what they did there was destroy cover rather than satchel by Jove, like he got the ability wrong, perhaps. I don't know. He didn't kill anything, if you remember. 20 has actually won somehow. If it's going to lay any anti-tank mines, that'd be pretty cool. Let's just check if it has elsewhere. Doesn't look like it. Check out down south. Ooh, Veterancy 3 on the Panzer Grenadiers. That's going to make them badasses, isn't it? This Pack 40 has been decreased so many times. May actually be able to get a shot off now, though. There you go! With the incendiary ability from the MG42. That was epic by Jove. Absolutely decimated the M20. Which, in the true Latin of the word, would mean it would be an M2. Decimated. Oh no, kills 1 in 10, so it would be an M18. My maths-related Latin jokes really are underrated. And that was the first one I've ever deployed. That's a great idea, it's being forced away. And, there are 2 of those bad boys on the battlefield. And this is what I was thinking. I was really thinking that Wehrmacht players are now going to be getting maybe 2 MGs or 2 Panzergrenadier squads to cope. It's working well. I mean, Jove isn't up against fellow elite level opposition. I don't count any Korean players right now to be in the top echelon of play. Even Jove isn't, but he used to be. Jove was formerly the best player in the world in 2016-17, up until he went into conscription into the Russian Federation Army. And ever since that point, he's not been able to hit that tier of play. So let's see if he's getting there now. And a big mark of that would be in beating one of the best Korean players. I think this guy's PFA, I believe, or somewhere. Me and Tightrope had a conversation, by the way. We tried to do, like, an investigation on which Korean players are which, because they have so many Smurfs and stuff. Ooh, that was a big blobberino there, forcing away the Panzergrenadiers, but they are going to live to tell the tale. Elsewhere in the south, well, the mid, rather, Panzergrenadiers doing a good job against the 50 cal, so we've got House MG Wars. Elsewhere in the south, looks like, oh god, he's fearful of the Panzergrenadiers at Veteran C3, and he has every right to be. A full retreat, just at the mere idea of them. And one thing I like about this battle so far, by the way, all 21 minutes and 11 seconds of it, is that it's been so infantry focused. It reminds me of Come Here as One, quite frankly, which is really exciting. And here comes the call-in meta. So yeah, that was a really good game of Coming Heroes. I really enjoyed that. Obviously, the call-in tanks are now out, so the game's over. I don't know about you guys. I'm just joking. Just joking. Just being satirical there of the game. But let's face it, that's what it pretty much is. Anyway, let's see if that does mean the game is over. Stand ready. He does have a pack out. But he's going to need more than a second MG. He's going to need to get the Tiger Ace out. So Tiger Ace versus Pershing, I call intact. Cheers, chat, for saying my room looks phenomenal. Thank you. This is just the streaming room of my house. My house is absolutely wonderful. I waited until I was 29 until I bought my first house, and I'm so glad I did. Oh, God, here comes the Pershing. The squad white machine. It's got another round out of range, just about. That's so lucky, because that was a Vet 3 Panzergrenadier. Needs to get, obviously, heavy Panzer Corps on the battlefield. Grenadier needs to be careful. Ouch, big shot in there. Ooh, big shots there. No kills yet for the Pershing. In 5 shots now. Actually 3 for the Assault Grenadiers. That's going to be cool. Well, there's been an interesting battle so far. I'm just going to check out the teching. We do have heavy Panzer Corps out. Which I believe should allow him to deploy the Tiger Ace when he gets the amount of fuel he needs. It's just 250, isn't it, or something? Yeah, 250. 250, 800. Ooh, keeps missing. Still without a kill for the Pershing. That is crazy. But he's pursuing him. He's got some big shots lined up.
The capture point is under attack.
And misses. Okay. Elevation saves the day. And many times you'd say that unless you're the one surviving. Map makers hate it. Of course. I need 3 kills on those Panzergrenadiers. That's a lot of kills. Oh, but the Pershing's some max range shots and a lot of mobility thanks to the bonus of the road. Pack has hit Veteran C1. Mate, I'm casting. Hello? Let me just put the phone down. What that was about. Pershing being repaired.
We're losing a capture point.
Pretty banal commentary there, Matt. The Grens are shooting. The riflemen are shooting back at them. Excellent casting. Reminds me of some of the old casters we used to have in the community. I used to call them Microsoft Sam casters. Just literally dictate what's on the screen in a monotone voice. I don't have many of them left, thankfully. It's just pretty much the 3 casters left of me, Tightrope and Imperial Dane. Apologies if I couldn't think of any others. Here we go, Vet 3 on the Assault Grenadiers. Those guys have only 10 kills, but it's a lot of damage they've done. LMG Grenadiers. Veterancy here. A lot of good veterancy for Jove's infantry, it must be said. Oh, Flamer! 50 cal, so lucky to escape there. I like that it doesn't lock out. Pioneers are actually now really useful. They've got better repair time and Flamers. So they get to veterancy too, which means when the Tiger Race finally hits, it'll actually have the ability to be repaired in a decent amount of time. Gonna go for more 50 cals. This veteran infantry from the Wehrmacht is causing KPGA a lot of problems. Ooh, Vet 2 Panzer Grenadiers in all kinds of issues. Nothing on the retreat path, should be safe. Issues being caused by the 42 there, but the Pershing has an excellent angle from behind this church. You get pulled down. It is the smoke for some reason. Oh, he wants the victory point, I think. Fair enough. Look at the manpower. Look at the fuel. Jove's getting closer to the Tiger Race, the newly revisioned Tiger Race. Ouch! How is this Pershing missing so much? I say ouch almost on instinct because I'm so used to the Pershing destroying everything, but certainly isn't the case in this game. Aeneas pushed away. Well, the captain's just going to keep the victory point for now. He goes on guard duty. The centre, the Vet 3 exterminators. 27 kills are going to cower behind the church, and that's wise when you have this thing on the battlefield. Oh, jump back out! Jump back out! Jove! Oh, this Pershing is shit. He's got a faulty Pershing. He needs to go back to customer services of General Motors factory and say, build me a new one. This is awful. Other abilities, of course, we have the OKW Panzer IV, breakthrough packages we've seen, a mobile observation post we haven't. I'm really worried about that. Seems he's not worried about it, but he still should be. Oh, and here he comes, Michael Wittmann on the field, and his first action is to destroy that motherfucking tree. Oh yeah, love it. And the church goes down. This really needs like a heavy metal kind of soundtrack. Falling churches, veteran Wehrmacht jackboots stomping on the hopes of Western democracy as the Tiger Race murders all around him. There you go. He's not going home, except in a matchbox. And his friend. And look at the passive sprint on the Panzer Grenadiers at Veteran 3. Epic confrontation between the heavy tanks, while one's more of a medium tank by German standards. Rangers need to be careful, even though they've got the bazooka. Tiger Race could punish them. Oh, I'll tell you what's a good penetration there. What about the retreat path? No, just blinks away. Now we need to see the repair times of the Pioneers. Nice penetration there. Oh, excellent shot by the Pershing, getting the better of the situation. But the Pack 40 is giving covering fire. Meanwhile, Vet 3, secondary Panzer Grenadiers, not the originals. Oh, taking position behind the Sturmgeschütz. The years gone by, the ancient Sturmgeschütz of virtue, as the bundle grenade of destruction devastates that squad. Who said company heroes couldn't be borderline poetic? You just have to force the issue. Nice Faust through the tree line. That was an excellent Faust. Fisting Through the bushes. Haven't seen that since dodgy 1970s porno. You can tell I was thinking whether I should make that joke or not because my voice went up at the end. That 3 MG42. Oh, and he's running into it. I do not want to say Korean style, but I'm going to say it anyway. Loving this game. What a battle we're watching. This is an epic confrontation.
A capture point is being overrun.
What a battle it's been. And I just don't know who's going to win at this stage. We definitely need more anti-tank now for the American, because I think that due to Jove's excellent positioning and preservation, the Pershing's been rather rubbish, and it's also been unlucky. So a mixture of unlucky and good positioning has rendered it not as effective as it most often is. So that's 6 kills only on 98k rifles. Tell you what, this could have been some attack rounds through the bushes. That would have been juicy. Secondary MG42 there in decent position. Meanwhile, these grenadiers are being forced away. Oh, and look at that! Look at that repair time. This was the old Pioneers before the support package. This tank would be nowhere near battle. Still being unlucky with that Pershing. Sometimes that would be like a squad wipe. I tell you what, I must tell you now that I read a fact yesterday that for every hour that a Tiger was on the battlefield, it required 10 hours of maintenance time. That's pretty much shown, close there, by the microcosm that is Company of Heroes 2. And a lot of that is borderline authentic, never realistic, but borderline authentic is Company of Heroes experience. Pershing. Oh, storming into battle. Finding target there, but the Pack 40 is close at hand, probably. Yeah, it was indeed. Just heard that there's some fire breaking out down here. Barred rifles and the Pioneers being forced away. Victory points. There's a lot to this game yet to go. So he could use the mobile observation points with the 251. That'd be pretty exciting. Get it behind the church, perhaps. Use it to reinforce and pull down med packs like that. No, that's the. I'm getting confused between the. Well, of course you can use it to. Right, yeah. It's like it reveals where units are. That's it. It's like 60 meters of game time. I read the patch notes. Gets confusing between that and the new Russian ability. That's all. It's my first game casted on the new patch, and I haven't even played on the new patch, so this is very much a learning experience for me. Ooh, that would have been a juicy camera angle. I just about missed it. I love seeing the Tigers break through.
Supply line just got cut off.
Oh, he's making this Wehrmacht city now. Wehrmacht are a much better faction when the map is more open, and that's what he's doing with the King Tiger. He's really opening things up. Oh, and here he comes. Oh, what a shot that was. But the Pershing replies in kind. Oh, I'll tell you what, some great shots here. But here comes the Rangers, causing the Tiger race all kinds of issues. Oh, double bazooka salvo. Escapes, and the Pioneers close at hand. Just had this squad die here. Not sure who they were. Maybe you can work out by their uniforms. I dare not. Get captain or something?
The capture point is under attack.
Oh, the Shermans here. Most used tank in every continent of World War II. All battle. All over the world. 42, veterancy 3. Excellent at keeping the victory points. And this will be a triple cap. Oh, these Panzer Grenadiers need to get out of there. They're a Vet 3 squad. They cannot suffer to the land shark. That is this Sherman. Pack 40 expertly positioned by Jove. With a parting blow, perhaps. Yes! Missed, though. That is unfortunate. That must have been an attack ground. Jove is certainly getting sharper at the game. Oh, and here come the Rangers. They got 10 kills. They got grenades ready to throw. But the Vet 3 Panzer Grenadiers have STGs blowing a hole in their faces. Pershing and Sherman combo causing this MG all kinds of issues. Veteran 2 now on the Pack 40. Sharper. Reload. I think it isn't. It's penetration at Vet 2 or reload. Yeah, that one. Yeah, I was right the first time. I need to trust my knowledge of this game sometimes. When I'm a bit rusty on the old casting, the first cast in 3 weeks, always get a little bit of doubt at the back of my mind. Comes the Pershing. The Major just built. Interesting. Might as well. Some artillery, perhaps. Cal in good position. Oh, but here comes the ace. Oh, and the Sherman cowers away in reverse mode. It is, of course, 79 years to the day that the French were in reverse mode. 251 went in suicide mode. Not exactly Gadara in there. And that tree just animated itself and thrust itself vertically upwards. Tiger Ace has hit Veterancy 2. Never said that before. New one. Tell you what, Colony Firma rapidly is becoming an open Longroskaya-esque map, which in theory should lend itself to Jove and allow him to close this game out. Been a good battle so far to introduce us to the new commander, and despite my reservations, I am starting to see that perhaps it may be what Wehrmacht need. Atala didn't have a very good time. I don't know if it was fully planted, but regardless. Tiger Ace gets some excellent shots in. Oh, and there you go, even more. This veterancy is mostly from damage to tanks. The Pershing, it's gotten a lot of shots in on the Pershing, which also has hit Veterancy 2, despite only having 10 kills. Sherman having a foray into the east here. Pack 40 is waiting for it. Just used target weak point. Oh, and got the shot despite it being out of the cone of fire. I'm not sure how that one works. Bazooka's in position. But as are the Panzer Grenadiers forcing them away, and that MG42. What a battle this is. Great army compositions. Fierce play. Good positioning. LMG-42 forces away the lieutenant in the north, putting the victory point momentum in Jove's favour, but he does have the lower pool of points at this point in time. We do have the Panzer IV AUF-J on the battlefield. I wonder how he builds that. Let's do the relic shuffle. Headquarters for some reason. It is. How strange. Must need like tier 4 though, maybe. Not sure about that. Well, here we go. Hitting that rock. Tiger Ace bossing the battlefield. What double bazookas? The natural enemy of a tiger. On the recent Tank Museum video of their huge series of tank chats. The video about Jagd Tigers showed that the first one to be knocked out in combat was by a humble bazooka. You can't crush trees. He took a run up, but then he chickened out at the last second. Ooh, we've got a triple super bazooka, it seems. LGM, MVP of chat for today, points out. That's pretty exciting stuff. Oh, there you go. And that's now going to allow the MG42 to be taken. Jove does not need this to happen. He's taking the Panzer IV north, but it's like a lot of German movements late in World War II. It's not going to be there in time. Logistics of train networks. I mean, people often think, how did tanks travel in World War II? On their tracks would be your answer. Nope. On train tracks. That's the tracks they used. That's why the conflict on the Eastern Front was so difficult for the Germans. The Soviets used a different gauge of train track. Bits of World War II knowledge for you there. Oh, and here they come. This is the Major in action. So there's recon overflight. We should have shown the fog of war there, but I was too late. There was the relic shuffle. I missed it completely. Fail, 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 fail. Not only do you have to contend with putting the fog of war on, but then you have to make sure the title cards are right, and I got confused. And when I refer to the relic shuffle, there's been a glitch in observer mode since 2015, which means that even if you got the right title card selected, it doesn't necessarily mean it is. You then have to switch between the two. Oh, triple bazooka salvo! That is one dead tank. Look at these bastards. 3 bazookas on the Ranger. That's more anti-tank capacity than the war. They're coming here as 1 Ranger now. Oh, and here come the Americans. The Yanks are coming. You better run for cover. A recon overflight showed the Germans' position, and that allowed the bazooka wombo combo to take him out, and the tanks to follow up. But punctuation. And give a point to that exclamation. The Germans looking to counterattack now with the Panzer Grenadiers in position. The Tiger Race fully recharged. What can they do? Of course, we've got the Lieutenant waiting for this LMG Grenadier here. Green cover versus neutral. So we know who wins that one. Well retreated by Jove. That's a master tactician in action there. Top level play. Knows when the hand they have dealt is a poor one and they fold their cards. And that is why Company Heroes is a lot like poker. You need to know when to stick or when to twist. Wrong analogy there. Wrong parlance used, but you know what I mean. When to play or when to fold is probably the best way to say it. Pershing is finally starting to kill infantry. Throwing grenades. Fortunately, it was ineffectual. Tiger Ace with 25 kills now. It's going hunting. Oh, I love the sound of the target. It's so sexy. Oh, and we've got the Panther on the battlefield. Look at that combo. I'm having a Varibu boner right now. Oh, Zimmermitt. So nonsensical, but so beautiful. Gives it like a texture. Really like it. What a battle this is. Really is an excellent one. Right, we're going to do a quick straw poll in chat. Sorry about this, but I desperately need to use the loo. And this game could go on. Right, so create poll. Oh, shit. Create poll. Right, so everybody votes on in chat for me. And we'll display that. I don't know who's going to win. I'm going to say Joe. Well, I'm not going to say because that's biased, right? So you guys start voting. I'm going to leave that on the screen whilst I go to the loo. Mute my mic. Alright, let's get back into the game. Oh, and Jove won unexpectedly. Yeah, I bought a house. That's where I've moved to. Somebody just asked in chat. Let's get on with this game. Let's kick some ass. 3, 2, 1. And you're back in the room. Jove is resurgent. He has had the most recent losses, but the Panther is going to help him out on this one. Push that Sherman and Pershing back and destroy the garrison with a thunderous collapse. Take him out. Bazooka dropped from the triple bazooka squad there. Maybe taken up by the Grenadiers. They're trying to get into position, but they need to be static to get those LMGs working for them, of course. Elsewhere in the north, the Panther is going hunting. It's on the prowl, looking to pursue, to penetrate, to proliferate. Good fire from the Sherman there. Pershing repositioning. Looking at its big, fat, heavy ass. Oh, but here comes the Tiger Ace. Will it get its first vehicle kill of the game? One more shot required. Oh, but it's being flanked by the Pershing. Bazookas, are they in position? They are not bazooka squads. No, is the answer. Pack 40 was setting up an ambush. Behind the bushes, no less. Exciting gameplay between Korean Panzergrenadier and Griffin. Spelt wrong. And Jove. For those just tuning in. Rumbling around in the north. Oh, just heard a big shot. Wonder if that was of course the armor piercing round of the M1. Love that sound effect. Damaged engine on the Panther, reducing its mobility, or its transmission just exploded. I don't know if this was an action for the Americans or its transmission exploded. We just don't know with the Panther. Could be anything. That 3 on the Assault Grenadiers. Let's check out the kills on those elite badasses. The 31 kill Panzer Grenadier. 25 kill on the other squad. So showing their worth on this new patch. Very exciting stuff. Oh, big shot from the Pershing. They're finally starting to do work against the infantry. 18 kills. And here comes the bazooka swords. They have only got 2 bazookas now. Ooh, Sherman's positioning, as is the Pershing. Both squads retreat in full. Panther in perfect position, as is the Tiger. That's the infantry. Oh, this needs to be a big shot, but there's so many bazookas here. What is he thinking? Is he doing the right thing? Is PGA getting into perfect position? There's a flamethrower. There are MP40s for days, and the Panthers pushed him away. Nothing died in that engagement, but it all could have gone wrong. It was a standoff. And both players backed down just enough. Or the American backed down, to be honest, I would say. He de-escalated the situation. Right, in terms of victory points, it must be noted Jove has had control. And we're now dropping into double-digit figures. 99 and falling for the American playing player. Hailing from Korea. This MP40's just been waiting to pick off the tanks as they retreat, I think. Should they back away, but they retreated all the way around the long direction. Exciting stuff. Tiger's up to, I can't quite see that, my eyes are failing. 37 kills, there we go. 37 infantry kills. No tank kills yet. Yet to break his maiden.
We lost a gun crew.
Oh, we've had a decrew somewhere there. Where that was. Lost a gun crew. I'm on the Americans right now. So, like it was there, doesn't it? So bloody confusing having the Kolodny Firma blue-red shuffle. Ah, it was this MG42 that was decrewed. There's then back, it seems. Sprinting into place, leading the way for 2 Ranger squads with all those bazookas now. Wonder if he's gone for triple bazookas on any of them. This one has 2. This one has 3, so that's 5 bazookas. Holy shit. Using a Sherman, so true combined arms fire there from KPGA. What a fantastic assault. Can really support the anti-infantry power of the Sherman with the bazookas in true American fashion. Oh, he needs to destroy the bunker. Maybe he's going to throw some smoke his way. Certainly do that. Smoke screen in, perhaps? 30 munitions. Oh, here comes the ace. Gotta keep these Rangers alive. No over the bushes rifle nade from the Grenadiers. Panther getting into position also. What a game we're watching. A live game. You never know what you're going to get. And it's so exciting that we picked an all-time classic, it seems. On the new patch, at least. Blinks away harmlessly off that veteran C3. True ace of the battlefield. Oh, he's just doing heavy damage to the M1. Looks to me that Jove is going to beat out his opponent here. He's also going to take the M1. We need one last throw of the dice from the American, and he's doing just that. But the Pack 40 hits Veteran C3. Jove is looking tournament ready, in my opinion. The Sherman rushes in. The Pershing follows, and this, he's going out swinging, but he's certainly going out with a loss here. Well played from PGA. He manages to keep this victory point, but it's all over. Well played by both players, and a spectacular game, it must be said. Going to be uploading that one to YouTube. If you missed most of it and you want to catch it, it'll be quite a quick upload due to it being on Twitch, so you will be able to see that quite quickly. Just going to check the stats for you guys now. 209 to 148 on the kills. In terms of graphs, see the army value. Panzergrenadier Angreifen was winning the mid game, and then Wehrmacht, of course, back in the late game. Taylor's oldest time. Never really interested in. Well, points held can be interesting sometimes, but it just showed the big swings. To be fair, it was a good game. That means good game with these kind of stock market crashes. 1929 represented there. Losses. When a game gets this long, the losses are never really that important because shit dies time. But to be fair, it's a really high preservation game in terms of infantry. Mainline infantry was good. I mean, do the relic shuffle. Check out Jove over here. He did lose 2 grenadiers, but that's not too bad for a 47-minute game. So yeah, cool stuff. I'm just going to ring them. Dog walk. I might actually take him up on that one. It's nice to do a stream, but I do fancy dog walk if he's not already gone. It wasn't PGA, to be fair, bro.